Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta for TnyToe's Rat Rescue. In the last episode, we had just gotten the third tablet and we parked outside the Kuza Castle. So let's unlock 6 more legendary weapons, ones that we'll never use. So, yeah, we pretty much got all the ones that we're gonna make use out of, so we might be able to make use out of the wand, but, not that important, so we'll just grab 6 here because we're in the area, so also want to get a new encounter here, so yeah, we're gonna have to get these weapons eventually anyway, so might as well do it here while we're in the area, so alright, which one is this one? The Mazimune? I think that's for it's for samurais. It lets you go first automatically, so you just start the battle off with a full ATB bar. Holy Lance, it's for dragoons, it's a spear. Spears do double damage when they use the dragoon's jump command. And that one has the holy element to it, which a lot of bad guys are weak against. And undead too. What do we got here? Sasuke's katana. That's for ninjas. And it gives a little bit of extra evasion to help them dodge attacks. Ninjas, they can't use heavy armor, and they kind of need to be in the front row to take advantage of some of their skills, like a weapon in each hand. So it helps them give them evasion, helps them last a little bit longer, dodge attacks. So some characters, wear heavy armor and they absorb attacks. Others, they want to be like nimble and light and dodge attacks. So Excalibur, Knight Sword, it's Holy Elemental as well. And then over there we'll get the next one is the that's the Gaia Bell. That's what it looks like. The Gaia Bell, and that's for the Geomancers. And what that does is it has a 25% chance to cast the Quake spell, like the Titan's Hammer that we have, that are the Gaia Hammer that our Berserkers are using. So, and then Apollo's Harp, it's for the bards, and it can do a lot of damage to dragons and undead characters. So, and then the remaining ones we have are the Sage's Staff, that's for like white mages. The Fire Lash, that's for Beastmasters. And then we have the Magus Rod, and that basically boosts spell power down, so like elements. So it's kind of like how lightning rods do it for lightning. This one does it for pretty much every element except for water and holy. So alrighty, so here we have X-Death's Soul. It's come back, I guess. Even though, X-Death is, technically, he's still alive, because he's not technically, he is alive. I don't know what his soul is. Maybe it split off or something. So now he's soulless. I don't know. But yeah, we can't do anything really cool with him because he's only level 1, so just gotta survive his Reaper hit there. Takes out our characters in 1 hit. And we don't have any holy weapons, so that's not good. But luckily our X-Fight Chicken Knife combo is doing pretty good there. 6,000 damage basically. Basically a third of his hit points. So get 2 of them in and all the other damage everybody else is doing. He should be taken out probably after this one. Let's see. Is he done? Woohoo! He's done. So another enemy and another job mastered. Lenna's mastered her the Beastmaster. So I'm not Beastmaster, Berserker. I guess I'm thinking of Beastmaster because he kind of you're looking like a beast. You're wearing that like the wolf pelt or the tiger pelt. Yeah, the males wear wolves and the females wear like tigers. So Lenna has the most jobs she has to master yet. She's been out of our party for a while, so we'll I'll throw Faris as the Berserker. Eventually Krile's gonna be I like to keep characters at the end I like who has the best costume, so think Krile has the best Berserker costume. She'll be our Berserker. So let's just equip our stuff around here. Just some stuff up. So, ooh, Lenna's probably gonna be our blue mage too. Yeah, Lenna will be our blue mage, I think, and Faris will end up being our archer, ranger, and TnyToe, he'll be our thief. Which I guess works out good because he has the highest strength, so he'll get the most use out of, I guess, the chicken knife. So knives also use the agility, so Faris might also be a good thing because she has the second highest strength and a higher agility than TnyToe, but it shouldn't matter too much, even if it does. So, alright, well now let's do some optional stuff. We could go to the 4th tablet dungeon now, but let's go get some optional stuff. Let's go back and we'll grab our black chocobo. We want to have 4 core rings before we go to the next area, so we need to get a little bit more money. So we're going to end up wanting to do this extra content anyway, because like I said, I'm 100% in the game. So we're going to head up to the North Mountain and we're going to get Bahamut. There's a few new enemies you can encounter in the desert area, and no new enemies though in the North Mountain. But there will all be some new enemies in the Phoenix Tower, which is in the opposite corner of the desert in the southwest. This kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 1, going to the Mirage Tower, but you didn't have a chocobo to fly. You had to park your airship on the eastern side of the desert, and then you had to walk across the desert, and right in the middle was the Mirage Tower. But this time we're going to the northeast and the southwest corner, but we'll head to the northeast corner first to get the Bahamut summon. So I just took my summons magic earlier because we're gonna want to have a summon when we fight Bahamut. So we're gonna want to have the Carbuncle summon, because I know I haven't played Final Fantasy 4 yet here on my channel, but Bahamut in that game, he uses this spell called Mega Flare. He basically breathes dragon breath on you, and it does a lot of damage. But one way you can damage him and prevent the damage from hurting you is you put the wall spell up on your characters. That way his magic will bounce back at him and hurt him, and it protects you. So we're going to kind of do that the same here. He doesn't use Mega Flare as much in this game as he does in Final Fantasy 4, but still, we want to have that Carbuncle summon ready to go from the Magic Lantern, so that if he does decide to use it, we can defend against it and save ourselves. So, but let's just keep going to the Northern Mountain. Luckily, the Northern Mountain will be very, very easy because these are the same enemies that are on it. They were on when we first came through this area, way back in, level 1, when we were going for the Windrake. So, quick jaunt right through. Everything will be really, really easy. Just gotta make sure we don't step on those poison flowers up there near the summit. So, I wonder if we didn't pick up the helmet. Oh no, you automatically pick up the helmet. In the cutscene, Lenna picks it up. As I say, if you don't pick up that... Oop, I stepped on the flowers. Well, once you step on them once, you might as well just run right through them. We'll heal ourselves up from that poison here with our cottage. Make our save here, because you never know. Even though the enemies are easy here. Bahamut, he could be tricky, so... But one thing that makes Bahamut a little bit easier is he is level 99, which means that he will be susceptible to level 3 Flare. So... getting good use out of that spell here in this third world, the merged world as they like to call it. So all you have to do is head up to the summit here. Since Bahamut flies, he won't be susceptible to the quake from the Guy Hammer, so we'll just put the rune axe on Faris. TnyToe will still have that chicken knife using the X-Fight. And here comes Bahamut. Now Bahamut has a lot of interesting like AIs. It mainly depends on how many hit points he has. You have broken the seal. If you can best me in battle, I shall award you my power. And we saw the Bahamut summon earlier in the a few episodes ago with the magic lamp. So Bahamut has 40,000 hit points. He just mainly fights now, but once he hits under 35,000 hit points, then he'll start using 2/3 chance to use Atomic Ray, and then on a second turn, he'll have 2/3 chance to use the Blaze attack. The other 1/3 chance for both those turns will be to just fight. When he gets below 30,000 hit points, he starts 2/3 chance to use Flame to hit everybody, 1/3 chance to use Fight, or 2/3 chance to use, on a second turn to use Earthshaker. We don't have to worry about that because we're floating. And then he goes down to, when he's under 25,000 hit points, his first turn he'll try to do 2/3 chance to Aqua Wake, second turn 2/3 chance to use Thunder. When he's under 20,000 hit points, his first turn is 2/3 chance to use Maelstrom to bring you down to single-digit hit points. Then 2/3 chance to use Snowstorm on a second. He used Mega Flare there, that means he was under 10,000 hit points. So he only starts using Mega Flare, basically he has 2/3 chance every turn when he's under 10,000. And when he's between 10,000 and 15,000, 2/3 chance to use Poison Breath, second turn 2/3 chance to use Zombie Breath. So he basically goes through like all the different elements as he hits every different set of 5,000 hit points. But, well, we took care of him there. Big Guard helped us survive that Mega Flare because some of the wall spells ran out on other characters, the ones that had the Hermes sandals on. That's because their turns, it only lasts a certain amount of turns, and their turns were coming up faster because they were hasted. So, but we survived, and we now have Bahamut. Now, speaking of summons, might as well just start showing off some of the summons here. So, we'll see all the different summons that we get. So, there's the Cannibus. He turns things to stone. So, and we'll just keep using the magic line because these guys are really weak and easy. So, then we have Golem. He appears and he has like an earth wall. And basically he absorbs, if anyone hits with a physical attack, he absorbs those hit points. Here comes the Titan. He comes down to Earthquake, but that's not going to do any damage to that guy because he's immune to Earth. Because he's a rock, so... And now we're going to get basically into the elemental summons. So we'll be getting into like Afri, Ramu, Shiva. So let's see what they do. Obviously they're going to do their elemental damage, but let's just see what their animations look like. So Afri, he does fire. I guess the headstones are strong against fire. But they are weak against lightning, so this one should summon Ramu. And he should take them out. Yep. Comes down with his Thunderbolt. Boink. And that takes them out. Now the next one will be Shiva, and then we're going to the level 1 summons. And those are the ones that you could buy at Walsh, but we also bought them at Mirage, because remember Walsh got sucked up into the void. So I guess they figured if, hey, you missed them way back then, we'll give you an opportunity to pick them up somewhere else. Of course, by the time you can pick them up in Mirage, they're kind of useless. So, Shiva with the Diamond Dust. Ice Magic. Summons really started becoming a big thing in Final Fantasy III, when the Summoner class was first introduced. They had a weaker one called the Conjurer. Summons in that game had 3 different like uses. They could use like a black magic effect, a white magic effect, and like a status type effect. That just, there's like Remora, those piranhas, they just hole an enemy, so now that enemy's like paralyzed. And then the second summon, which is actually in Final Fantasy IV, is actually one of the summons that you got much later in the game. The Sylph summon, it basically steals hit points from the enemy and then gives those hit points, takes those hit points, divides it by the amount of characters who are alive, and gives those hit points to the character. So it's kind of a drain spell for your entire party. But in this game, it's kind of weak. Actually, kind of in Final Fantasy IV, it's weak too, but there's a bug in that game where if you set it up in a certain position, I think at the top right corner of your summon menu, it doesn't cost any MP, so... New enemy there, the Ankeg. It's the thing in the back there. The little worm in the back. Yeah, see, it took 341 hit points away, divided by 4. That rounds down to 85 each. And now we're getting the bottom summon, the Choco Kick. Now, with the Magic Lantern, we can keep using it, and I believe if you use it 25 times, then we'll get the Choco Egg, and that just basically does nothing. But until that happens, basically all you're going to do now is summon this Chocobo that does the Choco Kick. Sometimes, however, there's a slight chance that when you use it, instead of calling a Chocobo to do a Choco Kick, it summons the Fat Chocobo. And the Fat Chocobo comes down, and he hops across the screen, and he hits every enemy for a much greater damage, so... We will, of course, see that off because, you know, I'm showing everything off here, so I'll make sure that that gets recorded. So here it is, yeah, here comes the Fat Chocobo. You can see his Fat Chocobo appears, and he hops around, and he does a lot more damage, and he hits everybody with that, so... Alright, as we're gonna keep wasting our summon Magic Lantern here to just try to get that Choco Egg, which basically does nothing. It just says like it's too far away, so... And then of course after that, I just want to show off that little message, so... I'm also going to try to find the remaining enemies here. There's one more enemy here in the desert that we can encounter. And we're going to try to find that on our way down to the Phoenix Tower. We kind of heard about that in the Mirage Village. You know, they said like if a dragon goes to the Phoenix Tower and basically falls off it, it'll be reborn as a phoenix. We're also told a little bit of how to climb up the Phoenix Tower. We're going to go into it, and then we're going to see there's a lot of rooms that have no staircases up. But in those rooms, there you have the choice of either using touching the left or the right portion of the wall, and if you touch the right one, or the correct version, I should say, you'll get a staircase up. If you touch the wrong side of the wall, you'll get into a random encounter of potentially one of 4 different enemies. So, but we'll do that in our next episode, of course, because we're kind of running low on time here. But yeah, we saw that little egg chopper there. Basically says too far away, and nothing happens with it. So, but we'll be able to resummon everything. All you have to do, go back to the top of Istory Tower, Istory Falls, and you'll recharge the lamp there. And when you do that, then it starts back up at Bahamut again. So, but yeah, we've seen all the summons except for Leviathan summon. I think I did that one off screen. But we will eventually fight Leviathan, and his summon is basically the same as when you fight him. You know, his sprite appears, and does that tidal wave. I just put this battle in because I figured, hey, I'll show you real quick. One of the good things about all the enemies in the desert here, they're all multiples of level 3. So, they're, I think, all level 48. So, yeah, you can always just use level 3 flare to take them out real quickly, so... I just figured I'd show that off. That's how basically I'm dealing with all these enemies right now, so... And including that one last enemy that we haven't run into yet. So, for some reason, I don't seem to have much trouble finding them around the Phoenix Tower. But if I go just a little bit north in the desert, they seem to pop up more frequently. So maybe there's just like a zone change or something. But I don't know. I know in like the Final Fantasy 1, zones are kind of laid out in a certain way. That's why there's that Peninsula of Power. So, here it is, the Land Rider. So this guy can be really annoying because he uses this, Maelstrom attack. Luckily he uses it a lot. But sometimes when he won't, he'll just regularly attack. And then, you know, since you're at single-digit hit points, he'll take you out, so... Faris, unfortunately, has that cursed helmet, the Thornlet, We're using that one on the Berserker because it does that underflow glitch to let the Gaia Hammer Quake do a lot of damage. But unfortunately it caused the hit point leak, which means that when she got brought down to single-digit hit points with that Maelstrom, it sapped her and then she passed out, so... Should have drank more water, Faris. But too hot for her. But Chicken Knife is doing good. Yeah, it seems like it's just better to just go all out on this guy, because you outspeed him pretty quickly, so better just do a whole bunch of damage. If you try to heal up, he's just gonna hit you with a Maelstrom again and bring you back down, so... Alright. Well, let's get Faris back on her feet. With Phoenix down, pull that magic lamp down there. We don't need it anymore because we showed off everything. We might use it in a few battles for here and there, but for the most part, we're done with the magic lamp. Heal up before we decide to go down to the Phoenix Tower, just in case we get into another battle. We don't want to go down there with such low hit points. And there we go, the Phoenix Tower. That's where we'll be heading off on our next episode to get another optional summon. Take care, have a good day. Thanks for following along. Bye!